Hey there everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am recreating characters from the Vampire Academy series in The Sims 4. So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. It's kind of a match made in heaven for me because I adore Vampire Academy and I adore The Sims 4, so I just kind of meshed them together and had a little bit of fun with it. So here you'll see I'm starting to work on Rose, and my goal for these characters was to make them as book accurate as possible, so any of those defining features that the author gave us, such as Rose's dark brown hair, her brown eyes, her lightly tanned skin, her Turkish facial features, her, signature curves, all of that I really tried to get down on these Sims, and I think I was pretty dang accurate. I'm pretty proud. Obviously, these characters might not look exactly how you pictured them because, we all kind of picture characters a little bit differently in our own heads, but this is definitely, I feel happy with my end results for most of these. Also, keep in mind, it's a video game. There's only so many options as far as, what they can end up looking like. They're very cartoony because that's just the style of The Sims 4, but overall, again, I am happy with the end result. So, like I said, right now I am creating Rose, and I kind of had a little bit of trouble with figuring out what I wanted to dress her in. Like, doing the face was pretty easy because The Sims already has a base face that you can use that's kind of looks a little Turkish, so I used that and I just made a few adjustments, and then I had this nice custom content hair that worked pretty well as her long wavy brown hair. But as far as like her actual outfit went, you want to dress a bad bitch in some leather. Like, that's just the temptation, and that's what they did in the adaptation that shall not be named. But in the books, Rose is actually described as having, like, she wears clothes that are kind of sexy, but also she buys her clothes from Target and Goodwill, because she and Lissa were on the run. So I ended up with this shirt that, kind of shows off her curves, but also is pretty plain. I felt that it really matched her style. And then trying to find pants, I wanted skinny jeans because I'm just partial to skinny jeans, but I just felt like Rose would be more likely to wear a little bit of looser jeans so that she could, kick butt if she needs to. Then for this formal wear outfit, for all of these outfits, I was really trying to go for signature looks, the things that when you think of these characters or you think of the books, you think of these looks. So for her formal wear, I went with that red dress that she got from Tasha Azura for Christmas in Frostbite. Then I did her athletic wear, and I did that mostly because she's working out all the time in the books. So I just kind of wanted to see what would she look like during these exercise sessions with Dimitri when, they're kicking butt and taking names and having a little bit of flirtation, So I ended up dressing her in just a normal workout shirt and then some black leggings and sneakers. And then for her pajamas, she was described as wearing like a plain t-shirt and sweatpants, so I just kind of threw those on her. I guess that's not really a look, but I went all out for Rose. For the other characters, I didn't really do all of these other outfits, but like Rose is described as wearing all of these different kinds of outfits, and I love Rose, so I went all out for her. And they also kept putting this really ugly makeup on her, like every time I switched to a new outfit and I had to go in and erase it. And first of all, it was just ugly makeup, but also Rose isn't really a makeup person. So, and then for this one, I was trying to get the black dress, that signature black dress. And I went back and forth between the two dresses, and I ended up with that one because it just screamed, "This is the black dress." And then I went in and I just kind of did her hair, gave her a little bit of an updo for this one because it just felt like this is the kind of outfit that she would wear her hair up for. I wasn't really sure what updo I wanted to do at first, but I settled on that one. And then for her makeup, I figured she would wear some kind of makeup for a formal outfit, but I wasn't exactly sure how much, you know, she definitely wears something light, so like with her eyes you can barely tell. But like with her lips, I wasn't sure. I wanted to go with a darker color because it just felt like she wouldn't do a bright red, but I ended up doing a bright red because it just looked better with the dress, and Rose would not compromise what would look good. Then I threw her hair up in a ponytail for her exercise outfit, and then I considered giving her a different hairstyle for the black dress, but just something about that black dress screamed, nah, she'd leave her hair down. Like, that's just what she would do. So I ended up leaving her hair down. And then for the makeup, I kind of did a similar makeup look to what I did for her other red dress, which will be coming up here in a second. Oh, and also, I found a necklace because, you know, obviously when she wore the black dress, she also had that necklace that was charmed with the lust charm from Victor Cobb. So I tried to find something that looked slightly similar, and I ended up with a necklace from the Pufferhead stuff pack, which is a custom content stuff pack, which is really cool. It's actually like a Harry Potter themed stuff pack, but like Henry Puffer, not Harry Potter, because copyright, but it was really cool. So I ended up with that necklace, and then again I did the same kind of makeup look that I did for her formal wear. Then I just went in, I gave her a name, and then for all of the characters I tried my best to give them aspirations that kind of matched their personalities and like personality traits that matched who they were in the books. But it was kind of hard, especially because I wasn't really sure like if I was doing Rose from like book 1 or Rose from like book 6, you know, like how much character development has she gone through. So I ended up just giving her the soulmate trait because like throughout it all, she and Dimitri are always like searching for each other and trying to be together, so I just went with that. And then for her personality traits, I gave her the athletic trait because obviously she's literally always working out. And then I also made her hot-headed. Oh, and then right here I went in and I changed her eyes because I realized I hadn't given her like the dark brown eyes that she has. They were kind of a little bit too light. So then here's her outfits, her everyday, her formal wear, her athletic, her sleepwear, and then that little black dress, which I adore. Then I went in and I made Dmitry Belikov next. And might I just say, it is so freaking hard to make an attractive guy on The Sims. Like, body-wise, it's easy enough. I ended up going with kind of like a scrawnier body type and then making it a little bit more muscly because Dimitri is described as being long and lean, but also muscly. And also having his signature long brown hair that he pulls back in a ponytail and brown eyes and just kind of like a kind face. So I tried my best, but like making a guy look attractive on The Sims 4 is so freaking hard. They just, first of all, there's not even any base faces, you know, those faces that they like give you as like a starting point. There's none of them that look good. So I just kind of had to work from scratch and do what I could, give him as many of the attractive facial features as I could find, just kind of messed with his face, molded him until I got something that looks slightly attractive. It still, at this point, doesn't look like Dimitri, but I decided to move on to like the hair and the clothes just to see what else needed to be done about his face. So this is not the final product of his face, but I also had a hard time finding a good hairstyle because a lot of the long hairstyles are ugly. But then I ended up finding a good ponytail hairstyle that I'm actually really happy with. It was in the long hair section right there. That was the one that I ended up with. And then I think I messed with his chin and jaw a little bit, but then I moved on to the clothing. And I knew I had something that resembled his duster, and I knew it was custom content, but I couldn't find it at first. And I actually didn't even download that custom content, like thinking like, Dmitry Belikov, his duster. I just so happened to have it, so that was really lucky. And I end up finding it in a second because I actually like go into custom content. There we go. Yeah. So there's his brown duster. And I was actually really happy that I found that. And then I went back and forth between his pants because, like, technically he also would probably wear baggier pants, but the skinny jeans looked a little bit better, so I went with style instead of function. So, sorry, not sorry. And then I went in and I gave him like a 5 o'clock shadow because I was like, maybe that'll make him look more manly, because he was just looking a little baby faced and I couldn't figure it out. And so then this is when I went in and started really finagling with it. You know, I pulled his brow bone out a little bit to make his eyes look deeper, and then I really tried to sink his cheeks in and then make his jaw a little bit squarer. Like, he just wasn't looking like how I knew I wanted him to look. It was a struggle, you guys. Like, I really had trouble with Dimitri. I think it's because I also just put so much pressure on myself to get Dimitri right, because hello, it's Dimitri. Like, you have to get him right. It's like the law. So I ended up with something that I felt pretty happy with, and then I moved on to his athletic wear. I skipped over like formal wear because who really cares what Dimitri wears in formal situations? He's hardly ever in them. So I did his athletic wear, and then I did his pajamas because hello, that's what he's wearing when the lust charm happens. So like, you gotta know what he looks like there. Then I went in, filled in his name, and then for his aspiration, I ended up doing the big happy family one because he's so family oriented in the books, you know, and he wants a family. So, and then I gave him the athletic trait, the romantic trait, and the good trait, because if that doesn't sum up Dmitry Belikov, then I don't know what does. So there's all 3 of his outfits that I gave him. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. And then after that, I moved on to Lissa, who, full disclosure, is my least favorite character ever. Like, I can appreciate her role in the story. You know, I can appreciate that she has to act the way she does in order for Rose's story to happen the way it does. But that doesn't mean I have to like her as a person, okay? And I don't. She's very selfish. She takes Rose for granted. She is a little bit narcissistic, like, let's be real. So but I mean, she is also like technically a good person. Even though she takes Rose for granted, she tries her best to do the right thing a lot of the time. So I guess I can give her that. Very hesitantly. But anyway, it was also kind of hard to make her, because it's hard to make a character that looks literally angelic on The Sims 4, because again, they're so cartoony, and I don't like custom content that's actually like changes things about the game. Like, I like Maxis Match custom content if I get any custom content at all, which I usually don't get too much. But anyway, so Alyssa's described as being very pale because she's a Moroi, obviously, and she has that long platinum blonde hair that stretches straight down her back, and she's got those jade green eyes, which I had to Google what shade jade green actually was because I couldn't figure out what the right shade was. And then she's very skinny, like a supermodel, so they actually gave us pretty close to the right body type, so I just kind of left that. And then for her outfit, I really struggled with her outfit because I knew in my head what I wanted. Like, I had a very clear mental image of how I wanted her to dress. I wanted her to wear something very gauzy, loose, flowy, something that looked light, like it didn't weigh her down. And I wanted it to be like a light blue color because I just feel like light blues really complement people who are pale, like blonde hair, pale skin, pale eyes. Like, I just think blue really complements their skin tone and everything. So I went through and I tried to find like every loose looking gauzy shirt in a shade of blue, and it took me forever. So you're welcome for speeding this up times 300%, because this is it took quite a while, and I like even went through like all of the full body outfits because I just didn't know what I wanted. But I ended up actually choosing like one of the outfits that I tried on at the very beginning, so that was fun. Love that for me. But yeah, also, can we talk about how in the adaptation that shall not be named, how they somehow made Lissa worse? Like I said, I don't like Lissa anyway, but somehow they made her worse in the adaptation, like even more dislikable, and it was kind of impressive because like I thought it would be hard for anybody to make Lissa even more dislikable than she already is, but apparently they really like wanted to prove me wrong and they did. But anyway, that's the shirt I ended up with. And then I also had trouble finding pants because they had to be like high-waisted, and I was trying to find a white pant that looked good, but like white was not the color I should have been going for, so I was kind of struggling with that. I thought maybe a skirt would look better, but no, I ended up finding like a pair of skinny jeans that were like a light wash denim, but still like they were denim. But yeah, so the adaptation somehow managed to make Lissa even more dislikable because they like made her super bitchy. Like regular Lissa is just like oblivious and selfish, but adaptation Lissa was like crazy bitchy, and I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then right here, I was just trying to go back in and kind of mess with her face a little bit because there was just something that felt a little off about it. Like I wanted it to be softer, you know, like really pretty, really soft. So I was kind of trying to round it out a little bit while also making it thin, you know, because she's a thin girl. So I ended up with something that I was pretty happy with. But, and then after I finished with that, I moved on to the formal wear, and that's the only other outfit I did for her was formal wear because she was described in some kind of like blue, beautiful, like silky dress, and I don't remember if it was in the first book or if it was in a different book, but like that's the only really other outfit that I remember her being described as wearing as being like a look for her. So I really had trouble finding a dress, and I was trying to like figure out if there was any other outfits that she wore. So I like went into the party section and was kind of scrolling through full body outfits just to see if any of them kind of reminded me of Alyssa dress. And then I found this one dress, and it was the dress that I had been looking for her formal wear, but I hadn't been able to find it, so I had chosen that one instead. So I figured out that it was because the dress I wanted wasn't technically considered like a formal dress, so I took away that filter and then fixed her up. And then I went in and I gave her a little bit of makeup because even though she's like a very naturally pretty girl, she is described as wearing makeup, and like Rose is kind of jealous of her for getting to wear makeup because she has like time to really take care of herself and whatever. So I tried to make it still like light and pretty where it wasn't like gaudy makeup. And I also made her skin paler because I was like, not pale enough. She's a vampire, she needs to be paler. And then she was so pale that those lip colors that usually do absolutely nothing on any character that has any kind of color whatsoever, it actually looked like it was like a lipstick. So that was kind of funny to me. But yeah, and then I tried to see if I wanted a different kind of eyeshadow look, but none really caught my eye. So I just kind of did the same exact thing as I did for her every day. And then I went in, gave her her name, and then for her aspiration, it was really hard because for Lissa, like, she wants to be like a good ruler, or she wants to be popular, but only because it's like what her brother Andre did. So I really had trouble figuring out what I wanted to do for her aspiration. I ended up just doing the friend of the animals aspiration because, you know, she loves animals. That was basically it. That was my only thing. And then I gave her the good personality trait because, like, again, begrudgingly, I can't admit that she's kind of a good person, even though she's also kind of a shitty person. People are complex and layered, I guess. And then I jumped back and forth between doing paranoid and erratic because I just wanted her, like, spirit craziness to be one of her personality traits. And then finally, I did Christian Azera, and boy, did they give me a starting sim to work with. The exact opposite of what Christian is, but it's fine. I made him a little bit skinnier and whatever, and then I gave him pale skin, and then I just kind of went to town in trying to mold his face. And again, it is so freaking hard to make an attractive sim, but it was a little easier with Christian because unlike Dimitri, like, he didn't have to look like a god. He just had to look attractive. So it was a little easier. And he's kind of like soft hot, you know, like Dimitri's like hard hot, you know, hard lines, hard edges, whereas Christian's a little bit softer. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making all of these characters. Also, I had trouble with Christian's eyes because he's described as having, you know, pale skin, black hair, and then these bright blue eyes. Those are like his defining features. And the eyes were technically called ice blue. So at first I kind of went for like this grayish blue because I was like, that's kind of like icy, you know, almost like whitish. But I ended up going back later and making them more of a bright blue because I was like, I think they're supposed to be a bright blue. But then I gave him that shaggy hairstyle, and then it was really easy to dress him because first of all, I only did an everyday outfit because they never really described him in anything else, I don't think, except for like maybe once they like emphasized that he was wearing navy blue instead of black, like making fun of him for it, but I didn't really feel like trying to figure out what kind of outfit that had been. So I just did an everyday outfit, and I just put in the filter for anything black, and then I just went through and found something that was like flattering but like looked like what he would wear, and then just give him some black skinny jeans and some black sneakers, and that was that. I filled in his name. For his aspiration, I was kind of shooting the shit here. For his aspiration, I ended up giving him the Master Chef one because he was in that cooking class and he was really good at it, so I thought it was funny. But then I gave him the loner aspiration, and I also gave him the romantic aspiration because he's pretty romantic when it comes to Lissa. And then there I changed his eye color, and that's his one outfit. So those are my characters. Hopefully you like them. Hopefully you think they look pretty close to book accurate. This was just kind of a fun experiment for me. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it and you want me to do more videos like this in The Sims 4 that are like book related, let me know in the comments or just by hitting the like button. And again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.